Hello, everyone. Welcome to CNN Today, the most trusted journalism in your language. I'm Bianca Goladriga. We tell you today's major global stories in about 5 minutes. It's Friday, July 19th. Here is your CNN. Trump's running mate, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, introducing himself to voters in a speech at the Republican National Convention. Julia Benbrook has the details.
Former President Donald Trump's running mate, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, taking the stage at the Republican National Convention.
Some people tell me I've lived the American dream, and of course they're right.
His speech highlighting his personal story.
I grew up in Middletown, Ohio. A small town where people spoke their minds, built with their hands, and loved their God, their family, their community, and their country with their whole hearts. But it was also a place that had been cast aside and forgotten by America's ruling class in Washington.
The former venture capitalist, veteran, and author entered Congress with an assist from Trump, whose endorsement helped him win a contentious race in 2022.
J.D. Vance, we love you, J.D. I've gotten to know him really well. He's a great guy.
The 39-year-old has been an outspoken supporter of Trump in Congress and often votes in allegiance with the former president's interest.
Mr. President, I will never take for granted the trust you have put in me.
But Vance hasn't always been a Trump cheerleader, and Democrats will surely use past comments against him. During the 2016 presidential campaign, Vance repeatedly went after Trump, including in a since-deleted tweet where he called him reprehensible. Vance has since apologized for criticizing Trump and says the former president's record in office speaks for itself.
39-year-old Vance is a freshman senator, Marine veteran, and former venture capitalist. Jeff Zeleny tells us more about him and his family.
The ascension of Vance has been astonishingly swift. Elected to the Senate less than 2 years ago with the help of Trump's endorsement.
J.D. Vance is your guy. He will do a tremendous job when you cast your vote.
At 39, Vance is the first millennial on a major party's presidential ticket. Born in 1984, 3 months before Ronald Reagan was elected to a second term, Vance served in the Marines, graduated from Yale Law School, and rose to fame with the best-selling memoir, Hillbilly Elegy, a book about his troubled upbringing on the edge of Appalachia.
You can't do this without your family's support, and especially my beautiful wife, Usha. Thank you so much for
His wife, Usha Vance, giving the country a first look at her, too. They met at Yale Law School, married a decade ago, and have 3 young children. The daughter of Indian immigrants, she was raised near San Diego, a registered Democrat until 2014. She clerked for Chief Justice John Roberts and Brett Kavanaugh before he joined the Supreme Court.
Meanwhile, President Biden testing positive for COVID-19. This, as sources tell CNN, former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi privately told the president that polls show he cannot defeat Donald Trump in the November election. Jen Sullivan reports.
President Joe Biden in Las Vegas Wednesday, now back in his home in Delaware after testing positive for COVID. Telling reporters he feels fine and giving a thumbs up before boarding Air Force One. The White House says Biden is experiencing mild symptoms, will self-isolate and continue to carry out his duties. Biden tested positive just hours after being seen here mingling with patrons at a Mexican restaurant in Las Vegas.
He just tested positive for COVID.
Then he was supposed to speak at the Unidos U.S. annual conference, but he wasn't feeling well. The president's doctor says Biden was experiencing upper respiratory symptoms, including a runny nose, non-productive cough, and general malaise. That's when they tested him for COVID. His doctors say he's received his first dose of the antiviral drug Paxlovid. This is the president's 3rd time getting COVID. He tested positive in July of 2022 and suffered a second rebound case in the following days.
Thank you so much for watching CNN Today, the most trusted journalism in your language. We'll see you tomorrow.